Hello, and welcome to day number 136. My name is Mary, and today's story is called Ahab's Error. The country nearest Israel on the north was Syria. Its chief city and capital was Damascus, and its king was named Ben-Hadad. His kingdom was far greater and stronger than Israel. And when he went to make war on King Ahab, Ahab could bring only 7,000 men against the Syrian army. The army of the Syrian filled all the valleys and plains around Samaria. But Ben-Hadad and his chief rulers were drinking wine when they should have been making ready for the battle. And the little army of Israel won a great victory over the Syrians, driving them back to their own land. Again, the Syrians attacked Israel. But again, God gave Ahab and the Israelites a victory, and the Syrian army was destroyed. King Ben-Hadad ran away to his palace, and King Ahab might easily have taken him prisoner and conquered all Syria. But Ben-Hadad dressed himself in sackcloth and put a rope around his waist and came as a beggar to Ahab, pleading for his life and his kingdom. Ahab felt very proud to have Ben-Hadad kneeling before him. He spared his life and gave him back his kingdom, which turned out to be a bad mistake. By this time, through the teaching of Elijah and Elisha, there were many prophets of the Lord in Israel. The word of the Lord came to one of these prophets, and he said to a fellow prophet, "Strike me and give me a wound." But the man refused, and the prophet said, "Because you have not obeyed the voice of the Lord, as soon as you go away from me, a lion will kill you." And as the man was going away, a lion rushed out on him and killed him. Then the prophet said to another man, "Strike me, I beg you." The man struck him and wounded him. So blood flowed. Then the prophet, all bloody, with his face covered, stood by the road as King Ahab passed by, and he cried out to the king. The king saw him, stopped, and asked what had happened to him. The prophet said, "I was in the battle, and a soldier brought me a prisoner and said to me, 'Keep this man. If you lose him, your life shall go for his life, or you shall pay me a talent of silver for him.' And while I was busy, the prisoner escaped. O king, do not let my life be taken for the man's life." But the king said, "You gave yourself your punishment, your life for your prisoner's life." Then the prophet threw off the covering on his face, and the king saw he was one of the prophets. The prophet said to the king, "The Lord says, because you have let go the king I wanted destroyed, your life shall go for his life, and your people for his people." When Ahab heard this, he was greatly troubled and displeased. He went to his palace in Samaria full of alarm, for he saw he had made a mistake by sparing his kingdom's greatest enemy. And that was the word of the Lord. Now we come to our discussion questions. Number 1, who gave Ahab a victory over the Syrian army? Who gave Ahab a victory over the Syrian army? Number 2, how did Ahab disobey God? How did Ahab disobey God? Number 3, what happened when people did not obey a prophet? What happened when people did not obey a prophet? Number 4, why didn't the prophet immediately tell the king what he had done wrong? Why didn't the prophet immediately tell the king what he had done wrong? Number 5, what did the prophet say would happen to the king? Number 5 and last, what did the prophet say would happen to the king? And that was the end of our discussion questions. Thank you for attending, for viewing, for listening. So may God bless us all until next time. Bye-bye for now.